My name is Perisamy Surendran, shortly known as Peri Surya. So today we will be taking you through the demo of taxation. I think mostly you will know taxation comes under in which particular line. So if you let me show you, share you the screen here. Hope the screen is visible, team.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Right. Now today's topic will be we'll be going on to the mastering the GST and TDS, a comprehensive guide to Indian taxation. So I don't want to waste much of your time because basically you will know most of the what I meant with GST and TDS. Most of you all will know. So instead of wasting my time on that, let me take me on to the straight onto the tax structures. Now, if you see, there are two tax structures that which is in India, which is on direct taxes, and the next one is the indirect tax. Of course, this also you will know, so I don't have to waste much of time there. And we will see in this particular course, you will be learning a lot on GST, and further you will be understanding on key features of GST and why this GST is become so important to know. If you are into accounting body, or if you are a BCom or MCom or MBA or CA, you would have to go through the laws. I mean, the income tax laws and the codes. For example, last week there was change which was given. It said the amendments to the laws are changing on a day by day. Earlier it was changing monthly, then it changed to weekly. Now it's every day, like it's almost every 2-3 days, things are changing, the laws are changing. So how does the auditors or how does the accounting personnel keep updated on this particular? For example, if you take one clause, which can come under the 80C, for just a definition I'm giving you. Don't worry on the actual definition or anything, just for a case study that I'm trying to tell you. Now, if you see what denotes to the 80C or 80CC, so what is the changes that they have given? Earlier, the minus, you can't apply this to the minus. Now, currently, after the actual law, they are given the amendment for it. You see, so if you are learning into the system, you will come to know that we will be taking you along with those particular codes as well as the clauses that is being available in IT, and then we will be taking you completely into understanding your GST, and then you will go into the complete the features of GST. Then components of GST also we will be taking you there. Now, why should I know about the components? Some of you might ask, like why do I need the components of GST? In case if you are the tax preparator, or if you're working in an auditor's firm, or if you are on a private one, which you would like to learn and do on your own, because these are very lucrative business these days. Because in India, earlier taxation was only it was available only for the niche. That means for the rich people. But today, taxation has come to the lower garden of even to the normal person. If you do a turnover of say 15 to 20 lakhs, you are supposed to do GST filing, and you need your taxes to be in order. So here, you have to understand in our course, of course, the courses we will take you in brief of each of these lines. So we will understand in components of GST, you will definitely understand what you mean by CGST, which is the Central Goods and Services Tax. And then that will get split into SGST, which is the State Goods and Service Tax. And you will have, combined together, you will get the IGST. Now, you will have the Union Territory part, means upon Pondicherry, if you're going to the Union Territory, it will become UPGST because it's separate again there. So now, these are very common terminologies which you will understand. Where the confusion will come for you. See, the percentage of slab rates. Sometimes there are 4 major slab rates which govern now, which is from 5% to 28%, which is there. Then on the product in each slab will change. Now 5%, what comes under 5%? Then what happens? The restaurants we are paying 2.5%. How do we know which is right? Now these are the areas that you will start understanding when you get into the courses. Because, for example, we have one supermarket chain which is doing business with us. So lately, there was a problem where the CEO was telling us, sir, our business is increasing. We are doing well. But unfortunately, our margin is dropping down. We are unable to achieve the margins that we had previous quarter. But now this quarter, we have a reduced margin. And he said that we don't know why this is happening. So is there any possibility that you can see where we are making a mistake? So we went through the audits. We went through the internal audits to find out the HCN codes, because the GST takes your rates from the HCN code. In supermarket, there are thousands of products, right? And these slabs are where they made the errors. I'm trying to tell you, it is even an ordinary mistake can lead to a major loss for a company. So as tax consultants or tax, when you are into a tax department, you must be careful in understanding what sort of HSN code that they are paying. For example, a few of the common products on soaps or toiletry items or anything has a GST of 5%. At the same time, they do have a luxury product which is charged at 28%. So these particular people who have been, if you are filing GST into the portal, you will come to see 1R, 2B and 3B. Definitely you will come to know those numbers. So the 2 is being given by the invoicing people, whoever the company which is supplying the goods. So they will inform that we have sent so much of goods under GST of these numbers, HCN numbers, to such supermarket. We are given them. Unfortunately, the 3 and 2 does not match, or 1, 2, 3 does not match. Why? Because the allocation with the HCN codes, which in case if they change and bill it, for example, instead of 5%, they have put that into 28%. For some products which are in 28%, they may change it into 5 or 12%. So what happens is this particular supermarket had that problem on a periodical method where it started to eat up their profits. They didn't make a loss. They did not make a loss, but which affected in differentiation in the 1, 2, 3B, and then it had problems in their profitability. This is where we have to be careful in understanding how the slab rates works and how to give the right answers for the particular company. I'll give you one more GST filing for a large manufacturing firm. So maybe on a supply chain. See, now understand. Now, if you want me to talk in Tamil also, I can talk, but I think I prefer Tim, am I to continue in English, or do you want me to switch over to Tamil, please?
This is fine, sir. This is for English is fine, sir.
Right. So let me continue the case study. Now, ABC Manufacturing Private Limited is one of the companies in logistic and supply chain. So the company profile, let me explain to you. They are into automotive parts manufacturing. So which you can see in the sharing pod. So they have a turnover of 500 crores annually. It's quite a large number. And their compliance level is high due to multi-state operation. They have interstate transportation and logistic who comes from raw materials from one side, then they are shipped to another state. So multiple system they have. This is the scenario which is there in the ABC company. So they have a very vast supply chain because their turnover is about 500 crores, right? So as I told you, the raw materials from different states will come. And they do have overseas imports also. This is the complexity of the business, because you have to understand first how the company is situated and what sort of product and services they are into. Number 3, what sort of taxation they might fall into. Number 4, how do we guide them into the right proportion of the taxes? This is where we have to be very careful in understanding, and that is what our classes will give you very explanatory way of doing it. When you get into the practical situation of it, you will come to understand that we have been giving you, we will coach you on the right path. So it's not like we will give you a random file. No, we'll give you an actual file once you are theoretically ready. For example, if you're going to do it about 60 to 65% of theory, once you start understanding, you have to transfer this theoretical knowledge into strategical point of view, right? So this is where your success comes. So we will give you that 45% or 40 or 40 to 50% definitely will be there on actual live or practical session. So you will start hands-on projects. So we'll give you like we will give you a scenario, we'll give you a company, you structure the taxes for them. So of course we will be there to see whether you're making it right. We'll guide you there, and if you're making an error, we'll rectify it so that you will clearly understand how do we deal in all this situation. Okay. So coming back to the scenario of this particular ABC manufacturing company, the company exports 20% of its products, okay, from multiple warehouses and as a complex input tax credit system. Now you understand. Now you are coming to a taxation term. So, which is how do you derive the input tax credit system, right? There is one input tax, output tax also thing, right? So this is what we are going to. This is the scenario that we are going to see now. How the ABC manufacturing company is going to had, in fact, issues, I would say, in understanding these lines, right? So what is the challenges the ABC manufacturing company faced in taxation? Number one, they had a huge filing complexity, right? Naturally, no? Because a large company turnover, multi-states, lot of different logistics supply, raw materials come from one place, they have overseas 20% of the goods are being exported. They have multiple ways of taxation coming. And they have to do a daily based accounting system. They must be definitely using a particular software model, which sometimes it could be Tally, it could be SAP, it could be QuickBooks, blah, 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 anything of that nature. So now the challenges they have to come through this taxation is they have to see how the filing has to be done accurately on a day by day, right? If you miss one particular part, for example, here you refer back to your accounting principles. Now, if you are giving one entry, for example, if you are drawing for purchases, if you are drawing a bill, if you will say you will draw the money through a check from the bank, cash credit. So you will take it, you will take by check. Then you will make the payment to that respective buyer. So you will say to the seller. So you say you will draw the check by bank to say ABCD again. ABCD might confuse you. You will say I'll supplying to EFG company. So you draw a check to EFG company, and then for what purposes that you have the check being drawn, is spread that. Okay, for this particular invoice number, such and such invoice number of 1 lakh I have made the payment. Now, if you convert that particular part into the system of journal entry in your principal accounting mode, you will go into the journal. You will go into the general ledger. So the general ledger will automatically update it if you're using a software. But in case if you're not integrated your system with a software, you have to put it manually. It's nothing wrong. You can still do it. But how does it happen? So you will create a bank ledger. Again, you will create a EYS company ledger, 2 ledgers. There will be bills payable, and then check bank reconciliation will come, and bills payable also will come. One journal will give you 2 contra entries. So this is general. I'm just saying a principle. So this particular principal accounting, if they have an issue on a daily basis, this is going to cost them the filing complexity. So filing complexity means it's not only IT, not only GST. It starts from the cash book itself. So these are the areas where we will tell you how you arrange everything to come out with a proper disciplined way of writing accounts on a daily basis, so that they don't face any issues with regard to their supply chain business, right? Again, next there will be input tax will be there, and definitely that will mix match. As I told you earlier, your 1R, 2B, 3B will be, it won't match. What happens if it does not match? This is a question, good question that you might ask us. See, the GST will immediately analyze and will send you notice. They'll send you, we see irregularity in these areas. what happens happening, because the first suspicion comes from there. Once the suspicion starts coming in, the IT section is normally what happens is they start probing the next thing. So you undoubtedly you will be getting notices, you'll be getting advices, you'll be getting suggestions, you'll ask me to come, and then you'll have to go through, you'll have to reconcile from the day one. All these challenges will be there for the agency, right? If you miss out the mismatch on the input category, then when your 2B comes into, when your seller files in 2B, your taxation end of the year or end of the term, you can ask for a credit again, because that's called the GST refund, because they will pay it, because there's no to pay taxation. Already you have been paid for the particular product or service, you have made the payment for the taxes. Then you can't pay again, which means it becomes double. So it's not so. So what happens is you can claim. Of course, you will pay, but you can claim it back, right? So here, ABC company will have major problems on filing complexity. Second, they will have mismatch on their input tax credit. Third one, they will have delay in the refunds, right? Either GST or TCS or whatever the case, they will have delay in these things. So what sort of actions that they should do? If you're there, let's assume, after our courses, you are working in a company, right? So if you are there, what sort of actions that you will be taking? That is where you have to think. So you will proportionately keep the accounts in order. That means you will have an automated reconciliation pattern, which you will understand. Second, you will have a follow-up chain through the journals. You will have a proper supplier follow-up you will have. Third one, you will have a best export filing services, so you will come to understand, and then you will come to know a proper GST refund management system. When I say GST compliance, it is not that you go to give to somebody and you just file it in for 200 rupees, 300 rupees, you file their accounts. No, I'm sorry, my dear. That's not the case. Here, a lot of people do not know, because the larger companies have complex invoicing pattern, complex logistic pattern. As I told you, different purchases, different raw materials, different storage, ratios will change. All these areas has to be taken into understanding, and then only you can have a proper, clear filing effect. So this is what ABC was at. So once you give the actions, what will happen is, outcome is of course, because when you had this problem, now the outcome is very soon, because you've done it right. Automatically, you will have a proper ITC match will be there. You'll have faster GST refunds will be there, and you'll have a better compliance system. Okay. So it's not about GST that we are talking. Now, you will come to understand the abbreviation of each taxation parts also. So which I don't want to waste much of your time. You would have understood by now, where I'm only touching the base part. Just on the GST parts, I have touched on the GST part. There are plenty to explain. So within the demo time of 30 minutes, 35, 40 minutes, you won't be able to cover so much. But during that class, of course, it's going to be a very slow rated class where you will understand. We'll take you through the whole structure, how to file, how to open the portal, how to register a GST new, how to understand the IT filing, how you are going to do the TDS, how to claim the TCS. All these areas you understand. First, if you want to jump into the kind of ocean of taxation, if I'm at you, I will start understanding my clauses, because income tax department has given 100 to 200, 100 to 128 clauses as numbers as clauses. Each number has a clause. Each number will have a subcategory. Each subcategory will have a defined further categories. So, sir, you might ask me, Suren sir, should I know all those things? It's better. It's better you know. But we will automate you, right? We will give you a shortcut system where to understand. For example, as the ABC comes to you, as you are the accounting person, you want to file the taxes. So you will go to ABC comes to you and say, sir, we have this problem. Can you solve it? The moment you study their picture, you will understand back of your mind. Of course, I have taken my inputs from TaxEx BPO. I do understand what is their problem is. Once you understand the problem, giving a solution only takes you very few minutes, right? Of course, we can do it and give us the time. We will plow the entire accounting system. We will find out the exact problems and give you the solution, for which we will add you onto the exact IT income tax codes, right? So sometimes those I don't want to I don't want to take much of your time. Because I can keep on explaining what the one clause can lead into many clauses. One degree will have 360 change of degrees. All that could be discussed in the class, right? So these are the small things that I want you to understand what we will be dealing in this one. So, and of course, many people, anybody who is getting into GST today for trading, you need GST as filing capacity. So definitely, there'll be who should register the GST, types of registration, what is the GST number, and what are the filing returns that you are being. So how do you GST one? How do you file? Whether you do monthly or whether you do annual or whether it is every 3 months. What are the due dates? All these things will be explained during the class. And then you have the invoicing capacity also will teach you. Like for example, somebody is asking, I want to create my e-invoice. Of course, we'll take it on through that gate also. So it'll be easy for you to understand. So the same so. I don't have to take much of time on all these things. In fact, of course, you will understand what are the issues and challenges. Of course, this is worthwhile reading. Now, the issues and challenges, when I say, we knew, I have given you a test sample of ABC company, right? When they make a problem in the day-to-day entries incorrectly, what happens? It creates complexity problem in filing. So multiple returns required each month because they have different numbers coming in, and their source of income come maybe in different source. Their source of purchases in different lines. They do have inter-country trading also. So this is complexity. This is called the complexity of filing will be there, which you have to clearly understand how I'm going to do it. Second, in case you make an error in the previous quarters or anything, you will not be able to get your to be. That means you won't get your refund. It's going to either delay or you will never get it, right? And as I told you in the initial of the class, presentation, you will see a change in rules in an hourly basis. That means you have to keep yourself updated. How will you do that on a daily basis in case you are working somewhere, if you are a professional? We are a company where we have a separated team to understand this, and then they start giving you information for us. So we have to be ready with that. To be ready with that in changes, we will be getting information on a daily basis, which we will be sharing to you on FOC. Because once you become our student, we will share that with you lifetime. Okay, lifetime. You don't have to worry about that. So we will tell you, hey, look here. There is a change coming in this particular line. GG sections are changing. Subsections are changing. If you apply this to your client might save 2 to 3%. Then we will guide. We will tell you. So these are the areas of benefits you will find it when you join our classes. Okay. So the complexity is, I will say, not the filing actually. It is the change of rules which affects the whole business structure. Right? Because this is the needs, it connects with the demand and the supply chain there. Because when the volume of taxes increases, the chamber starts crying. They say, oh, we can't take the burden of the taxes. So they keep discussing with the government to give them amendments. So the amendments are given very frequently. Nowadays, amendments are given on, as I told you, in hourly basis. So these amendments can become solvable for a client. Okay, so you must, otherwise what happens? You are not informing ABC company that there is a clause as stage, and you are still filing with the same old clause where you are paying more GST. There is no refund you are paying. What will happen to the company? Of course, the client, the ABC company will trust you. But actually, you have made the company to lose their profits by 3 to 5%. Right? So this is where the rules, you have to be very careful, and we will help you. We'll help you say yes. Then despite if you're not filing your GST or if you're not keeping your records clearly, you will fall into tax evasion, which is highly penalizable in India. You will get into black mark. Once your company gets into black mark, things works very differently. It's very difficult because they have all the rights to do seize the business or seize the bank accounts, do whatever they want, right? So you will be positioned in a place not to face these, for the company not to face these challenges, and you will be there to help them. This is what we will teach you there. Right, so I just amendments of the basic amendments. I just we can take it on the classes, so that I don't waste my time. And then again, there's something called tax TDS, tax deducted tax source. So that also you'll be learning a lot on that. So it's a system where a portion of your income is deducted at the source of income itself. So for example, if you're a professional, if you're paid, say 1 lakh as salary, roughly about 10%, the company itself will deduct 10% from you and give you 90,000. Rest 10,000 is paid to the tax department as TDS. You are professional, end of the year, you will apply your ATCC and then ask the claim again. Sir, I have already made my payments. So I have 12 lakhs as income. Out of this 12 lakhs, I'm authorized to take 3 lakhs minus 3 lakhs. So you're supposed to pay taxes on 9 lakhs. You will say, sir, I have already made the payment of 1,20,000, which is claimable with me. So you will deduct that 1,20,000 because you already made the payment, right? Then you will add on all the exemptions, ATCC, ATGG, on all the exemptions, insurance, your children education, elderly care, your medical bills, what is it? So all these areas you can claim it. Either if you're using a credit card bill in abroad and you're paying 20% as TCS, so can you claim it back? So these are the areas that you will come to understand in taxation, right? So that's some of the things that how it works. So how the TDS works on deductor, on deductee and process. All these lines we will see it on these rates. So we will understand the TDS rates on salary, TDS on rent, and let me come back to the affiliation part. Now I think I have done my demo there, so that now you will be understanding how depth this particular course is going to help you. Right? So we will not allow a single page unturned, because we know that you want to learn with us for a certain purpose, to build your life, to get a better income, to become independent filing tax, anything you can turn your life. The income part, if you take on the independent part, if you can Google it and see, it can be anything between 18 lakhs to 36 lakhs per annum. If you're qualified and if you know what you're doing correctly. Or you can become an independent tax deductor. That's not a problem there. There is no controlling unit. Or if you're going to touch with another company or you're working with a CA intern, definitely your income will double after this particular course, because you will be equipped with a lot of experience, and these courses will be the industry experts will come to you, CAs will come to you, marketing people will come to you. All these people who have much knowledge on these areas will be giving you the lecture. So this is what you want. This is what you want, because it's not like studying in a college atmosphere. Like the professor comes telling you something and then you learn something up, you don't learn, and within some time you forget 20%. No, not that way. Here we will give you an LMS portal where all the whatever the discussion we have been doing will be recorded, and these recordings are given to you. It will be there, so you can watch it. In case you have any issues, what did sir say on the particular TDS, you can go back to that particular link. Okay, so these are additional benefits which you will have on the particular line. So let me take you on to the of course, this is what I want to take it. Yeah, right. Here, see, on 25th last Friday or Thursday, the New Delhi Taxation Department gave an amendment there. Did you watch that? See, what's it say? If giving a relief for crores of taxpayers, the Central Board of Direct Taxes has notified some changes in the rules related to income tax. This was not there. Previously, when we filed on September 30th, this was not there. Now they have introduced this particular thing. So if you would have delayed that, even the penalty is only 10%. Now they are going to make more money on this. So after the introduction of these new rules, it will be easier for the salaried employee to claim the credit for TCS, right? Collected or the TDS, right? As I mentioned to you, even the parents will also be able to claim TCS for the minus. Earlier it was not there. So in the notification, the Finance Ministry has clearly said subsection of 2B. Remember, now understand, I'm going back to the income tax rules. Subsection of 2B, section 192 of the IT Act 1961. Now they are given the amendment on these particular definition line, right? Which is amendment. Now, this will be included in chapter. It's mentioned. So you get these changes on a regular basis. This is what, even if the percentage may be 2.5% or 3%, but on a volume rate, you see it will be a huge amount of savings for the taxpayer. This is what I'm saying. So we will take you through all those areas, and you don't have to worry on certain parts. We will guide you. We want you to fix you it rightly and correctly and take you to the right angle in accounting and taxation. So that you already have us. You start doing your business, you get into doubts, accounting is not easy. It's not easy to, taxation is not easy to file on a daily basis, but still, you have your doubts coming in, you're only a click away from us. You can call, you can email, your chain link is open. You will be having a network of people who are similar like you, so that you can internship chat. So that chapter, WhatsApp chapter will be given to you where you can say, sir, I have got a peculiar problem. There is one particular case coming up like this. So can you help? Definitely, we'll give you the answer. Are you going to pay for that? No, absolutely. Because you are our student and we are guiding you. All that areas is inclusive of this particular cost that you're going to see from us, right? So you have so much of benefits, so much of bonuses that I'm going to come and tell you, like what are the other things that we have included for you. And if you see the certification and bonus details, our certificate is affiliated to set of skills. Actually, what is set of skills? Now, if you say this particular line is a NSDC and TNSDC affiliated training, national and Tamil Nadu, both affiliated. You get a proper certification, which you can take it proudly anywhere. For your interviews or job replacements or advancements, appraisals, even this particular certificate will be used on a multiple angle, right? So let me take you on to the bonus part again. We'll give you the bonus one, as I told you, we'll give you the video link, which is free of cost for 1 year. Number two, all the materials, whatever that we are discussing, the projects, everything will be in your portal. And number three, you will be having a networking of the similar people will be there for you to chit chat on a WhatsApp group. And plus bonus 4, which is a suspense. Once you join, we will reveal it to you, right? So what sort of course structure that we are seeing here? Now, if you can choose whatever the structures you want, that you can talk to your marketing people, either there are about 4 of them. I don't know from whom you have been coming here. You can discuss the pricing with them. So roughly, I'm going to show you TDS professionalism you want, it's 32 hours. GST only, I want 36 hours. I want income tax professional, 36 hours. I want payroll management, 32 hours. I want only to know about business taxation, 20 hours. That's it. I want the whole structure to be understood. I want everything. There you have 160 hours. So the prices are given there. It's not expensive, right? It's not expensive. So we are starting from 4,000, 4,005, 4,000, 4,025 are very, 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 very nominal and very throwaway rates only we have. Okay. And of course, we give you a 10% further, we give you a 10% discount also if you make the full payment, right? So which will be 3,600, and of course, GST is added 18%. That will make you 4,248 if you are choosing one particular line. If you are choosing the whole line, then that will become 21,240. Do we have EMI cost? Yes, of course, you can pay through EMI also. But of course, the discounts will not be there. So you can all this pricing area, of course, your marketing person who works on Nakshatra or Satish or Praveen, who they will handle with you. You can feel free to discuss your pricing there. Feel free to ask for the match details. And the whole course is conducted through a proper, educated, systematically in the stage first. That's the benefit for you, right? So saying so, hope you have understood about the demo, and we are coming into a closure now. So if there's any, I will open up for any. In case if you want to ask any questions, I will leave open for 2 minutes. I will leave open for any questions from you. Over to you. Hope you have understood what I said about the taxation demo and process. So by this time, I think you're very clear in why I should join this particular course. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.